What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi, and I first want to shout out my baby, my boo, Miss Deidre Beasley. Thank you, boo, who let me know about this, you guys. And of course, I had to do this because we've done now 3 videos about the whole Netflix debacle and our resilient queen, Monique. And as you know, in her crusade, one of the things that she has said, speaking principally about the issue, is that in addition to the insult of the offer based on her credentials and her resume and all of it, she also cited that she also couldn't take that type of an offer because she said, what will they say to our sister Tiffany? You know, and she said, you know, they potentially will be able to just say to her, well, look, Monique was she's an Oscar winning, you know, she has an Oscar and she's done it all and she's done this and the third, and so we were able to give her $500,000. So, you know, basically we can just give you roaches and it's nothing, you know. So again, thank you, Deidre. Thank you, boo. And so we're going to try and make this short, everybody. And also, it's Tuesday, so I want to let you guys know, my audience, fans of my show reviews for the haves and the have-nots. I will have a review of that show for you tonight. I'm hoping it's going to be a great episode so that I can bring you know, the funny and the shade and the, you know, and just clown. So I pulled up a couple pieces. This first one now is from Vibe. Monique praises Tiffany Haddish following the Netflix deal. Now, we're going to find out, but this on its face feels like a potential slap in the face to Monique from Netflix. So what we're looking for to find out in this is we want to know, when did they make this deal and how much are they giving Tiffany? That's what we're looking for in the information, all right? So let us begin. Monique praises Tiffany Haddish following Netflix deal, all right? Matter of fact, let me get y'all's thumbnail right now. Famed comedian Monique has been in the hot seat since January. Had to do my fake British accent on that, y'all. Since January. Matter of fact, let's just do British. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I'm still working on my fake British accent. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a fake British accent, feel me? So I'm saying, if you don't have a fake British accent, I don't know who you are. So I'm saying, you definitely can't talk to the Jedi. So I'm saying, you definitely not in my class. You know what I'm saying? You definitely not up on games. So I'm saying, you definitely, you can't do nothing. So I'm saying. So now, famed comedian Monique has been in the hot seat since January, when she called for fans to boycott Netflix. The Oscar-winning actress began speaking out against the streaming company after accusing them of racial and color bias for offering her a deal she deemed beneath her accolades. Now, according to Essence, Monique's argument seemingly hasn't clouded her excitement for 38-year-old actress Tiffany Haddish. The comedian recently announced that she inked a deal for an upcoming animated series titled Tuca and Bertie. After learning of the opportunity, fans took to Twitter to point out that if Haddish received a multi-million-dollar contract, Monique's actions may be the reason why. However, the Girls Trip star reassured spectators that this deal was in the works prior to Monique speaking out against the company. The Jedi reporting, BBC. Alright, listen, we're over it. Wait, there's more. Monique also showed a great deal of support for Haddish via Twitter. In the past, Monique has been vocal on revealing the names of those that reportedly played a role in blackballing her career, including heavy hitters like Oprah Winfrey, Will Packer, Lee Daniels, and Tyler Perry. Packer recently issued a statement via Twitter on her claims, writing, quote, "But no matter how ugly the truth is, I will not publicly degrade a black woman. We can't afford that. Not ever, but especially not in the age of Trump," end quote. Alright, look, this is some bullshit on its face. And I will tell you why. Because of right here. The Girls Trip star reassured spectators that this deal was in the works prior to Monique's speaking out against the company. Now, do we believe this, troops? Do we believe it? Do we believe it? Because here's the first scenario, and then we'll read the tweets. But here's the first scenario. If indeed this deal was done before Monique's crusade, then it still has bearing on this. Because if they gave her more than they were offering Monique, that's a problem. If they are giving her substantially less than they offered Monique, then Monique is right. Because remember, she said if they can offer me this, then what will they say to our sister Tiffany Haddish? But there's another component. You recall that one of the reasonings that they gave about Amy Schumer was they said, well, she sold out Madison Square Gardens twice, and she has a big movie coming out in the summer, that, you know, for that summer of 2016 or 17. Now, Tiffany just had a $100 million grossing movie with Girls Trip. So did she get anywhere close to what Amy Schumer was offered? We want to know that. Or, last scenario, it was offered to her since the Monique crusade, and that they've said to her, just say that this was made before all of the dust up. In which case, we now want to see proof from Netflix documenting when this deal was made. And we don't expect them to show their hand. So now the pressure's on for Tiffany. She's by default been now, insinuated in all of this. She's been insinuated into this. What do you mean by that, Jedi? I'll tell you. In other words, she's got to be aware of all the dust up that's going on. She's in the same profession as Monique, and Monique has mentioned her name. Now, she is going to have to look us in our eye. She's going to have to look at the African community in our eye and say, nah, family, it's true. They gave me this deal before Monique and her crusade. But now, there's another component that just now comes to mind. I ask you the question. Should Tiffany now say, I don't want it? Because no matter what they offered her, if they offered her Amy Schumer money, if they, did it before the Monique thing, or if they offered her as much as they offered Monique, whatever. In the right world, when our people are responding to the environment the way we should be, I make the claim that she has a responsibility now to turn it down. And I'll go a step further. In that same philosophy and under that same thinking, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle should be saying, we don't want your money. Now, many of you are gasping and clutching the pearls. If you're doing that, you're without principle. As are way too many of our damn people. It's one of the many problems with our people. No principle, no conviction, and definitely not willing to sacrifice. But if you want something you never had before, you got to do something you never did before, everybody. And unity and principle and indeed righteousness and fairness must rule the day. So if I'm Dave Chappelle, if I'm Chris Rock, I immediately phone up Netflix and say, based on what you guys have all done to our sister, I now sever ties with you. I don't want your money until you can be fair. Because how can I feel comfortable taking this money from you when at the same time you're grinning in my face, you're throwing spears, darts, and crossbows at my sister? Goes back to that thing that I talk to you all about all the time. Loyalty. Black allegiance, black collusion. Black allegiance, black collusion. And in that umbrella falls loyalty and unity. And that's what it would look like. That's what it would look like. And if this deal was done before the Monique dust up, Tiffany's finding out about it. She knows about it now. And it says the upcoming animated series. So she should be able to go back to them and say, no thanks. But the only way she's off the hook is if, because they say it's the upcoming animated series. If that's already been done, and it's like already going to be released and she's been paid, then it doesn't do any good to give the money back because she's done the work. That's the only way, in my mind, she's allowed to keep the money and not have to stand, like come out publicly and stand with her sister. But having said that, she still should be standing publicly with her sister. And I don't know if any statements she's made or anything, because we haven't really looked at that side of it to see, you know, well, I wonder if Tiffany has said anything about all this. You know, I haven't heard anything, you see. But if it's already a done deal and it's been, you know, it's already in the can and she's done the work, then she should get the money because she did the work, and so fine, it's done. But any revisiting to her by Netflix in the future, she should say, no, until you're ready to do fair by my sister, I can't take a single dime that you're willing to offer me. Period. The end. You see? That's what righteousness looks like, everybody. That's what righteousness looks like. I don't know what I'm reading here now. IG Gemini, who at Aphrodite Young. I don't tweet, so I don't know. I know this is Monique and that's Tiffany. This is Tiffany. I don't know who Gemini is. All right, we're going to read it. If Tiffany Haddish gets a multi-million-dollar at Netflix deal at the level of Amy Schumer, it's because Monique stood up. Hashtag facts, hashtag Breakfast Club. Now, Tiffany. Okay, this is Tiffany. I already got a deal and I signed it way before she said a thing. And it's not legend money, but it's enough to take care of my family for a minute. Hashtag facts. Okay. I love Tiffany. I'm a little concerned, just concerned, when she said, what's the language? I signed it way before she said a thing. I don't really like that, but I'm not condemning it. I'm just saying. All right. Now, Tiffany replying to Aphrodite Young. I already got a deal and I signed it way before she said it. The same thing. All right. It's enough to take care of my family for a minute. All right. Then Monique says, "You've done nothing wrong, my sister. Keep shining. I am proud of you. You keep doing what you're doing. You are making it better for the next ones. Love you to life." You see, again, ever gracious and kind. Man, I love you, Monique. I love you, sister. Oh, wait, Will Packard now, the suspect. As slanderous, but no matter how ugly. Am I missing something? It just begins and slanderous, but no matter how ugly the truth is, I will not publicly degrade a black woman. We can't afford that. Not now, or not ever, but especially not in the age of Trump. There is a reason Black Hollywood, a pretty supportive and tight-knit group, is largely silent on this one. Well, what's the reason, Will? Tell it. You see? You know what I'm saying? Stop tucking your damn penis like a vagina and tell it. Good or bad, just tell it. Just tell it. Just tell it. Just tell it. All right? So that's one. We're going to look at one more and we're going to be over it. I love Tiffany so bad, y'all. She's like that sister from around the way. Everybody know Tiffany. Everybody know Tiffany. Everybody know her. Everybody know her. You know? Man, that's that sister girl. Tiffany Haddish gets Monique's approval and has to set a fan straight at the same time. Alright. Tiffany Haddish continues to reign as she recently signed a deal with Netflix and has received the support of a fellow comedian, Monique, despite her battles with the streaming platform. I want to stop and say this. It says she recently received. Well, how recently signed? How recently? How recently did she sign this deal? Not too long ago, Monique asked fans to boycott Netflix after the streaming giant offered her $500,000 for a comedy special. She was displeased because the amount was much less than what her fellow industry mates such as Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and Amy Schumer had been offered, reportedly close to the $1 million mark. I couldn't accept that low offer because if I did, I couldn't sleep at night, she said. If I accept $500,000, what does Tiffany Haddish have coming? If I accept that, what does the black female comedian have coming? Because what they'll say is Monique accepted this and she's got that. So what do they have? So what do they have coming? Although we don't know how much Tiffany was offered in her recent deal, damn it, we do know that she signed a contract before this controversy with Monique. Well, when? So if you don't want to say the dollar, tell us the date. Why would that be top secret unless there's something to hide? Huh? Huh? You see? A Twitter user tweeted, quote, "If Tiffany Haddish gets a multi-million dollars at Netflix deal at the level of Amy Schumer, it's because of Monique." All right. The Girls Trip actress had to put the supposed fan in line, replying, "I already got a deal and I signed it way before she said a thing, and it's not legend money, but it's enough to take care of my family for a minute." Now, wait, now that sounds a little like I got this on my own and it have nothing to do with Monique, and not in the kind way. I don't know what the relationship is between her and Monique. I hope and assume there's no animosity, but that's how that strikes the Jedi. I'll read it again. Because the context is she's putting that fan in her place, saying, well, if she did get a multi-million dollar deal, it's because Monique did her thing. Then it seems like she could have said, "You're right, but that wasn't the case here. Indeed, we had already signed this before that, but I do appreciate my sister looking out for a girl." You know. But instead, this is the language. "I already got a deal and signed it way before she said a thing." I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the tone of that. You know, let me know what you think about that. You know, I've told you what I think. All right. That's when Monique followed up saying, "You've done nothing wrong, my sister. You keep shining. I'm proud of you. You keep doing what you're doing. You make it better for the next ones," you know. And so that Monique felt like she had to come with that. Maybe she felt a little bit of that hostility, like that I was just trying to articulate to you a minute ago. That she felt something was a little left. You feel me? We're not going to reread these tweets. We've done that already. All right. So then that's the end of it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, you guys. Excuse me. Let me know what y'all think, because you know, I think for me at the core of this is the timing and the money. And those are the very two things they're not telling us. You know, when was it signed? When was it inked? Is this project already complete? You know, let us indulge ourselves and do just one more. We'll do just one more. Just so that we did it. Let's pick one. Monique congratulates Tiffany. We got all the details on Tiffany Haddish's next. Okay, this would be the one that we want then. Let's read that one. They claim they got all the details. This is Media Takeout. And it's an exclusive. We got all the details on Tiffany Haddish's new Netflix contract, and it seems that Monique was right. First of all, there's Tiffany looking absolutely divine and gorgeous. Too much leg, sister. Now, we know you got nice legs, but we need you to close that slit a little lower now. Watch your ass. Watch your ass. February 26th. By the way, yesterday was my little niece's, my nephew, the Prince, that you guys know, because all our birthdays are in February. So his not his youngest little sister, but his oldest little sister, she just turned 8 yesterday, because her birthday is the day after Uncle's. My little princess, my little Eddie. She's such a little woman too. She's brilliant. She's poised. She's kind. She's wow. She's a miracle. She's a miracle. Anyways, February 26th, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle got $20 million for each of their Netflix specials. And Amy Schumer is renegotiating her $11 million deal to get more money. And 3 weeks ago, Monique called out Netflix for offering her just $500,000 for a deal. Since then, Monique has gone on dozens of media outlets to ask that she and other black comedians get paid their fair share for Netflix. Well, now, Media Takeout has exclusively learned that the details of next biggest black female comedian Tiffany Haddish's Netflix deal. And we now know, and we now think that Monique was right. According to our top snitch, Tiffany is getting just $800,000 for her upcoming Netflix special. That's much less than Amy Schumer or any of the other black male comedians. And the Girls Trip star made sure that fans knew she signed the deal before Monique's recent conflict with them. A fan tweeted Haddish crediting Monique's current crusade for her paycheck from Netflix, but Tiffany stopped her in her tracks. And we won't read the quote again. Okay, and that's all they got. But now, okay, at least we know now that they are reporting that she got $800,000. One would ask, why they offer her $800,000? They couldn't offer Monique at least that. It still would have been some bullshit, because Monique is entitled to at least as much as Amy Schumer got, if not more. But for the sake of conversation, let's just say, okay, she gets $800,000. Now, I still, in my soul, the universe communicates to me, based on Tiffany's language, and that she felt she needed to go at a random fan just for saying if she did, because they said if If. Let's look at that tweet again. We were looking for the word if. Where is it now? A fan tweeted, we're going to go back and look at it, everybody. We have to do our jurisprudence. Where's the fan? If, that's the first word. If she gets the deal at the level, blah, 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 then it's because of Monique. She said if. She didn't say Tiffany only got that because of Monique. Then you could see Tiffany coming back with that tone. But she said if. 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 You feel me? By the way, one of my favorite songs from my wife. If, everybody. Yeah, I wrote it. It was me. Yep, and stuff. It was me. Because Janet and I, we were, just a quick story for y'all. I remember Janet, we had just come off tour, and we were just sort of relaxing in bed at our little beachfront property in Malibu, and we were just giving metaphors to each other. I said, "What if you didn't love me?" And Janet said, "What if you didn't love me?" And we just were playing this little if game. We said, "This is going to be our if game." So after I tucked Jan in for the night, I went out and sat on the terrace and I wrote if. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. Now, sitting over here staring in your face with the lust in my eyes. She, you don't give a damn and you don't know that I've been dreaming of it in my fantasy. Never once you looked at me, don't even realize that I wanted to fulfill my needs. Think what you want, that your mind free, run free to a place no one dares to. Anyway, y'all know it. So she said if, everybody, and then Tiffany comes back with that language. So my soul of souls tells me, love you, Tiff, but just for the Jedi alone, you're going to need to show me the date on that contract. Talk back to me, troops. Let me know what you guys think. Another shout out to my boo. You already know what it is. Love you, Deidre. This is the Jedi.